Your unique story, our global audience. Global One Media.
Hello, and welcome to our series of interviews with decision makers and senior leaders of companies across the board to help you, our viewers, make informed and intelligent investment decisions. I am Munir Barazi, your business analyst and host. And today I'm pleased to welcome Patrick Cruickshank, the CEO and director of Mile Metals, an exploration company that owns 3 properties in the renowned Bathurst Mining Camp district in New Brunswick, Canada. Mile Metals is listed on the CSE as MNine, N-I-N-E, on the OTCQB as VMXXF, and on the FSE as KQ9. Hello, Patrick. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me.
Could you please start by introducing Mile Metals for our viewers who are not yet familiar with the company and tell us about its vision and its unique advantage?
Of course. Mile Metals is a Canadian junior mining exploration company, and we specifically are focusing in the critical mineral exploration sector. And for your viewers, what that is critical minerals that support the EV evolution, so battery metals, infrastructure that is required and necessary. So we are specifically looking at VMS exploration deposits, and that incurs copper, lead, zinc, silver, and gold, all in one deposit. So very economic and very large footprints. We are focusing primarily in the Bathurst Mining Camp in New Brunswick, Canada. That is our jurisdiction, and we're very excited to be sharing this information with your viewers today.
It's a promising and growing market indeed. If you could also tell us about your current projects and their potential.
Yes, our flagship project is 9 Mile Brook. We have the largest, highest grade assays ever recorded in the Bathurst Mining Camp. And you got to remember, the Bathurst Mining Camp is the 3rd largest VMS camp in the world. It has 45 deposits, out of which 25 of those deposits are over 1 million tons. And it is the host to the famous Brunswick number 12 mine that was over 300 million tons and operated for more than 50 years. So we're in a very mature mining camp. The infrastructure is already in place. And you know, from all the logging roads to access, 12 months of the year, deep sea water ports, very educated mining community, and even the local colleges have mining certificates for the educated students. So we're very, very lucky to be in this mature mining area in Canada.
So it's
our vision is, that's our flagship project. We have 4 projects, including a new one that we just announced. We have about 121 square kilometers in ground, but they're all pretty much continuous in 4 projects. So we're very, very excited to be exploring this one area in the camp, which has been underexplored, very complex, but complexity is very good from our standpoint. You know, so if you think of the plumbing underground, it's so twisted and faulted and upside down and all those hard things that in the past has been very hard to discover deposits. We believe our new technology is a game changer. It's industry leading. We utilize UAV high definition drone technology that shoots down to 1 kilometer and gives us 3D subsurface modeling. We can also measure the late time conductive response to the mineralization in the ground. And we believe our formula points us to the VMS deposit. So our exploration model with this new technology, including artificial intelligence and algorithm reprocessing, is a game changer to the camp, for our company, for our investors, and for our probability of success on our 4 high priority projects.
So it's a historically rich area, and your technology enables you to explore this rather complex geological context. in a way.
Yeah.
If you could also elaborate on the environmental aspect, how do you ensure that you're protecting the environment during your exploration works?
Yeah, again, we find ourselves very lucky to, one, be working in Canada, two, to be working in the province of New Brunswick with a very rich history in exploration. The New Brunswick Department of Energy and Mines has been a fantastic business partner and exploration partner. It's a very strict jurisdiction, just so you know, but because it's a mature mining environment, we don't cut roads, we don't cut down trees. It's all the infrastructure's in place. We're utilizing the lowest footprint. We're actually a model for the government, for the new model of exploration companies, because we utilize non-invasive drone technology. So we're not flying helicopters, we're not cutting trees, etc. We're using non-invasive. You don't even need a permit for that in Canada because it's just magnetics. It's a probe and it just shoots down about up to a kilometer. I mean, in New Brunswick, you even need a permit to trim one branch off a tree. But we have our drill program vendors are all Enviro logo approved, low carbon footprint. We actually utilize these miniature drill rigs that are on track mounts. So they're not your traditional big containers where you get pulled around with a bulldozer and it leaves a path of destruction, right? We utilize small footprint. It's the size of an ATV vehicle. So we're utilizing the existing skidoo trails, logging roads, ATV trails, and this rig can mobilize all the way into its path. And we don't have to actually get a logging permit or anything. So we're very, very leading edge on that. All our vendors that we use are environmentally approved. We don't utilize any kind of chemicals. Like I said, we have the low carbon footprint. We have a great relationship with the indigenous community here in Canada and the government, the DNR, and we are a role model right now for New Brunswick.
Sounds like a very environmentally friendly operation you have there. And you mentioned the indigenous communities. How positive are they towards your works? Do you feel you've obtained the social license to operate?
Yes, it's very strict in New Brunswick. Every permit that you apply for your work exploration, whether it's something as simple as a soil sample, just a little auger and going in 6 inches into the soil and taking a chemical analysis. Every stage of our exploration program is approved by the government. Also goes and is approved and with the First Nations Indigenous community. So there's a very close relationship because, again, it is a mature area. They're very much, we are an integrated team in New Brunswick, and we have all the support of the community. We obviously, there's a mining community here in Bathurst, New Brunswick. The economy is very dependent on it, and like I said, even the local colleges, we hire their students in the summer for our summer work program as interns, etc. And it's very well received, and we couldn't have a better company partner leading with us than the New Brunswick Department of Energy and Mines.
Wonderful. And my last question, are there any updates or catalysts that you feel investors might want to hear about?
Yes, we have been very active. We've almost doubled the size of our company projects. We now have 4 of them, and I invite people to come to our new website. We just updated it this past weekend with our new projects. So we have 4 projects. They're all in the VMS sector for copper, lead, silver, gold, and zinc. What people need to understand is it's so critical going forward that every country is now looking at nationalizing or protecting their critical minerals, whether it's Canada or the United States or Europe or Scandinavia. And it's going to be a very good sector going forward. Obviously, the EV evolution is not stopping down, and I don't just call it EV evolution. It's really clean energy, whether it's zinc for batteries for solar fields, or it's because the technology will change, whether it's lithium for car batteries. Copper's required as a base metal. It's also a critical mineral, but it's also for infrastructure, apartment buildings, housing. It's needed every day. Zinc is needed not just for EV batteries, but it's also needed for galvanizing your street signs and aluminum and steel and so on. So it's a base metal, but it's going to be critical moving forward. Like I said, we have the highest grade ever recorded in the Bathurst Mining Camp in our first drilling program. Dramatically different, up to 10% copper, 33% combined lead zinc, 1.5 grams gold, and 300 to 400 grams of silver, all in one drill core, and over about 14 meters. So you got to think of 10% copper over 14 meters is the same as 1% copper over 140 meters, or 0.5% copper over 280 meters. This is significant and very, very rich. It is a lens, and think of a deposit as a brick. And when the tectonic shifts and all the folding that's happened over 400 million years from the volcanic system, it broke that deposit up into a series of broken pieces called lenses. We have found the first lens. So right now, we're in a second drill program looking for the second lens, or the vent chamber where the source of this came from. So it's very, very good timing right now. We are very active, and we're active all year round. We just finished a drill program, the first one on our California Lake program, and we hit VMS on that one as well, up to 18.5 meters. We just purchased the Wedge project for our shareholders, and that was a producing mine called the Wedge, and they mined up to 2.5 million tons of VMS. We believe our technology is not only for finding new deposits, but also enhancing old historic deposits. So now we believe the mine footprint and the mineralization is deeper, bigger, and again, is multiple channels. So the outlook is very, very rosy for us. We are very excited. Our technology is a game changer, and we believe we are just getting started. And this is a wonderful time for investors to look at our company. Our market cap is quite low. We're just 1 year being public, and we're well funded, and we are very aggressive at building our portfolio. So I believe we have some very good days ahead of us.
For sure. And indeed, as you mentioned, it's a very good timing, and we're in the early stages of a very huge transition in which the minerals you're exploring for are very much in need and highly demanded. Patrick Cruickshank, the CEO and director of Mile Metals, thank you so much for sharing all of those updates and insights. We look forward to hearing more from the company soon.
Thank you. I look forward to being back on.